More than 1,000 feet below sea level, making this the lowest place on Earth. But as the waters here recede, it's getting even lower. 5 years ago, the water level was all the way up here, but as you can see by now, it's all the way down here. In fact, it's thought the water is falling at about a metre per year, and that by 2050, it could have disappeared altogether. And this is why many local rivers that should flow into the sea have been diverted. This dam takes water from Wadi Mujib on the banks of the Dead Sea and pumps it all the way north to the capital, Amman. All around this area, farms and businesses are taking water from the rivers, and it means even less is reaching the sea.
60 to 70% of the water is used by agriculture, and it contributes only to 1 to 3% of the GDP of the region. We still have about 40% to 60% of the water goes in the network as leakages and unaccounted for water, and that needs to be addressed as well.
But worries over the Dead Sea aren't limited to just the rivers and streams. This is a small farming village on the banks of the Dead Sea, but as the water levels fall, these massive sinkholes are opening up right across this area. This one, where the land has literally just dropped away, falls down about 40 metres. In the background there is the remains of a farming house that simply collapsed when the land disappeared. And right across this area, the land is now being scarred by these massive sinkholes. It's a problem that meant the end of this business. This factory once made cosmetics from the famous Dead Sea salt, but when the ground fell away, it swallowed up whole buildings. This is all that remains of the factory. Its owners forced to move the business elsewhere, but without compensation, the company itself came close to collapse. But with ever-growing demand for water, like here in the capital, Amman, finding a solution is vital. That's why this is an international problem. The Dead Sea lies between Israel and Jordan, but Syria also uses some of its water. Finding a plan that suits all three countries won't come easy. Ben Thompson, BBC News, at the Dead Sea in Jordan.